Michael.
Anyway, the moment has now arrived. We already have the envelope containing the names of our top 8 finalists.
As you can see, it is rightfully sealed. So here you go, friends, fellow Rosanians, ladies and gentlemen, in no particular order, the top 8 finalists. First up, Ginoo 15, Isaac Barlao, Market Area. You can breathe a sigh of relief for now because you're one of the top 8 finalists. Ginoo 6, John Andre Baldonado, Kaingin. Third spot is for you, Ginoo May Barangay. Ginoo 4, Rizmel Cabigaw, Sinalhan. The fourth spot of the top 8 finalists belongs to you, Ginoo 14, Zyrus Aaron Fortes, Dita.
There are 4 more spots left. The next one belongs to Ginoo 12, Pulong Santa Cruz, Richard Vincent Rinion. You may now step forward. Ginoo 9, Labas Christian Aninipon. The next spot belongs to Ginoo 8, Pook Gian Lyson Layog. And there is only one single spot left. Who do you think made it to the final 8? An inch closer to the crown tonight is Ginoo 3, Don Jose Ezekiel Harvey Casada.
There you have it, friends. Congratulations to all the top 8 finalists. Another round of applause to the rest of the candidates. Thank you so much for joining and best of luck.
Congratulations, everyone. And so we have a new competition format for this year's edition of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2022, the Spoken Advocacy. To tell us more about it, here is Jed and Christina.
Starting this year, Ginoong Santa Rosa is required to have his own advocacy campaign. This will determine his willingness to advocate certain causes that will benefit the community towards nation building.
The top 8 finalists will be given 1 minute to present their chosen advocacy on stage, and the judges will be looking for that unique and worthy cause to make him advance to the top 5.
And I believe that the finalists are all set now. We begin the spoken advocacy competition with Ginoong Market Area.
My advocacy is centered on education. Education that will provide everyone hope and a bright future, especially with the current global pandemic where the education sector is the most affected. Filipino students like me continue missing educational opportunities with school closure, and they know that some of you are losing their hope in continuing their studies. It is my responsibility as a Rosenian to contribute in the education system of our society. As stated by Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon you can have to change the world. And as a part of Ginoong Santa Rosa, I am obliged to open up the minds of every citizen that people who dreams to study and pursue their chosen careers should have an equal and right opportunity to study for free. And that education will be a gateway to the betterment and success of the city of Santa Rosa. That will be all. Thank you.
Youth is one of the unbreakable foundation and powerful asset of our nation. Having my positive mindset and right vision push me to have youth empowerment as my advocacy. One of my goals is to give importance to the rights, abilities, and skills of every youth here in our city. We must know that we are productive and can do great things at all times. It is really important that every youth can stand firm in all situations of their lives so that I, myself, we Rosenians has a strength to participate and contribute in having a good system inside our home and in our community. Always bear in our mind that all of us has a power to influence and to change the world. Rise up, everyone. Be a youth who will make a difference. Thank you.
As times goes by, not all of us can cope up to the new generation we do have. Some of them still live in a small area of their life, which do not embrace the diversity of culture and development. And one of them was me, an introvert. Ginoong Santa Rosa helped me break up my walls and come out of my comfort zone. So that's why I want to use this platform for those voiceless introverts who wants to be heard and want to share to the world what they are capable of. That being an introvert is not a hindrance. Sociocultural health awareness is not something we should set aside, as most of us suffer from different illness caused by our fear of socializing and adopting culture. To those like me, I want you to live a life for yourself, not an introvert, not with the purpose you are given. Find your purpose. Cyrus Aaron Fortes, a living proof of an introvert who fights his fears and makes a difference. Thank you.
Magandang gabi po. Nais ko munang anayahan na lahat para sa isang panalangin. Ama, wala po akong ibang gustong sabihin kundi salamat. Naway gabayin niyo po ang bawat isa sa amin sa aming personal na adhikain. Amen. Ang akin pong advokasya ay tungkol po sa spiritual na pagpapahalaga at pagpapatibay ng pananampalataya sa ating Panginoon. Bilang isang sakristan at alagad ng simbahan, nais ko pong paigtingin ang advokasyang ito. Simulan at tapusin ang bawat araw sa pasalamat sa itaas at gawin ang mga bagay sa kadakilaan ng Panginoon. Ang lahat ay may kanya-kanyang advokasya, ngunit ang lahat ng iyon ay walang saysay kung wala siya. At ang lahat ay may sakatuparan kung lalagay natin sa sentro ang ating Panginoon. Dahil higit kailanman, pananampalataya ang pinakamatibay na sandigan. At tanging Diyos ang tunay na pag-asa ng mundo. Muli, ako si Vincent Rignon, isang Ginoo, tagapagtaguyod ng spiritual na pagpapahalaga. Salamat po.
By being in a position where I am always being discriminated for my imperfections, I want to be the voice of people with disabilities. When I was a kid, I was blinded in believing that when a person has this ability, he or she is useless and can never succeed in life because of how people perceive them. But today, I stand against stereotypings of persons with disabilities. I stand here tonight to promote equal employment opportunities for people with disabilities. We cannot deny the fact that there are still many employers who discriminate people with such an inability. Now is the time for us to exist. Now is the time for us to accept that they exist. People with disabilities exist. To all PWDs out there, you may be limited by your disabilities, but know that you are all amazing in your own ways. Keep striving, keep smiling, because you matter. Thank you.
Government is for the people. Ang pamahalaan ay para sa tao. Sa ating napagdaraanan ngayon, ating napagtanto ang halaga ng pagkakaroon ng isang mabuting pamahalaan. Ito ang aking advokasya. Makibahagi tayo sa isang pamahalaan na mabuti, mahusay, at higit sa lahat tapat. Bilang isang kabataan ay nararapat na gamitin natin ang ating boses upang maipamulat ang kalagayan ng isang mabuting pamamahala. Tayo ay makilahok sa mga pagkilos tungo sa mabuting pamahalaan. Iparinig ang tinig sa mga nanunungkulan na dapat ang pamamahala ay nakasentro sa mamamayan at hindi sa sariling kapakanan. Ating pakatandaan na ang mga namumuno ay isang taong handa sa serbisyong publiko. Sa atin nakasalalay ang kinabukasan ng bawat isa. Tayo na at bumuo ng isang mabuting pamahalaan dahil ang gobyernong tapat aangat ang buhay ng lahat. Maraming salamat po.
When the internet took over the world, it likewise paved to many forms of cybercrimes and gave birth to cyberbullies. Many have been victimized and traumatized. If we truly advocate to the preservation of human dignity, we should and must stand against cyberbullying and those who perpetrate it. I have seen many people suffer from its effect. People of all ages committing suicide, falling into deep depression after an episode of bullying. This must stop. Stringent safeguard must be available for everyone. Something has to be done immediately. This is everyone's responsibility, and this is my advocacy. Thank you and good evening.
Are you guys ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your top 5 for this year's Ginoong Santa Rosa. You are in Ginoo 3, Don Jose Ezequiel Harvey Quesada. Still running for this year's competition is Ginoo 8, Buok Gion Laison Layog. The next spot belongs to Ginoo 12, Pulong Santa Cruz, Richard Vincent Rinion. And there are 2 more spots remaining. And this one belongs to Ginoo 14, Tita Zyrus Aaron Fortes. And to complete our top 5 finalists for this evening, please step forward. Ginoo 9, Labas Christian Aninipon.
Congratulations, guys! And on now to our last final segment, the question and answer portion. Now, for the final question and answer segment, we shall be asking the same one final question to the top 5 finalists, and this will be read in English and Tagalog. And our finalist can answer using his language of choice. We'll be calling the first finalist, and for the rest, headphones will be given to ensure that they will not hear the common question.
Well, to adhere again to the guidelines of the IATF, we will make sure that the microphone is disinfected and the candidates are discouraged to hold the microphone to avoid hand contact.
So we're just making sure, Michael, that of course the rest of the 4 finalists are wearing their headphones as we call Ginoo 3. Ezekiel, please. Ginoo 3 from Don Jose, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Sir Warren.
All right. So, how are you feeling tonight?
I feel little nervous po.
Nervous? Alam mo, normal yan eh. Tulad ng binanggit before pa nila Teacher Ian Sir John, di ba? When you're nervous, you're just being human. But of course, wow, with all the awards, with all your performances tonight, you really deserve to be in the top 5.
Thank you, Sir Warren.
All right, so, are you ready for your final question?
Yes po, Sir Warren.
Okay, here you go. So, Michael is actually holding the one final question, which is to be asked for you and for the rest of the 4 finalists, which is actually enjoying some music back there. So I know that they are not actually hearing us, Michael.
Hi.
Hi, Kuya Michael.
All right. Kuya Michael. You make me feel old again. All right, so I will be reading the question twice. Are you ready?
Yes, Sir Michael.
Here is the question. Is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you? Again, is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you?
That truly bothers me. I believe that the world has turned its blind eye to what is really important. Manners. We have all focused on dealing with our own survival this pandemic, and we have forgotten how to deal with one another the way we used to. We forgot to treat our elders with respect. We forgot to treat the young generation that would consider their rights, all because we are so concerned with the pandemic. Google and YouTube does not always teach the right thing. Every one of us strives to be the best, but we forgot to be good. We have to keep an eye on them so they will grow up to be respectable individuals. As what they say, youth are still the hope of the nation. We have to teach our youth that it's not all about what they know that would lead them to greater things, but how they treat the world and the people in it. Remember, manners comes first before abilities. Thank you.
Is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you? Again, is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you?
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Para po sa akin, isang nakakabahalang bagay na di binibigyan ng pansin ng buong mundo ay ang labis na paghangad ng tao sa pera. Ako po ay nababahala at sa tingin ko po ay dapat na ikabahala ng bawat isa sa atin ang paghangad ng labis sa yaman. Dahil na nakakalimutan na natin ang pananampalataya sa Diyos. Tandaan po natin ang labis na paghangad sa pera ay ang ugat sa lahat ng kasamaan. Ngayon, na panahon ng pandemya, naway wag nating gawin sentro ng ating buhay ang pagpapayaman. Sa halip ay gawin natin una ang ating Diyos, ang ating pamilya, at ang ating kapwa na gusto nating tulungin. Dahil sa huli ay wala tayong madadala sa kalangitan, kundi ang ating sarili at ang mga mabubuting nating nagawa sa pagkakabuhay natin nung tayo'y nabubuhay pa dito sa mundong ibabaw. Maraming salamat po.
Here is the question. Is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you? Again, is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you?
Marami po tayong isyong hinaharap. Isyong pangkalikasan, panlipunan, at pangkalusugan. Ang isang bagay po na bumabahala sa akin ay ang personal na interes ng bawat tao. Yan po ang nakakabahala, ang pagiging makasarili at paglimot sa kapayapaan ng kapwa. Sa kagustuhan po natin maging magaling at sa kagustuhan po natin makamit ang ating mitiin, nakakalimutan po natin ang maging mabuti. Na siya nagiging rason ng pagkasira ng kapayapaan ng bawat tao o ng buong mundo. Kaya para po sa lahat na nanonood, sana po ipairalin natin lagi nating pairalin ang ating kabutihan. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you so much.
And this is your question. Is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you? Again, is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you?
The one that which really bothers me is that giving criticism and discrimination for PWDs. Magbigay tayo ng pagkakataon para sa kanila upang mapatunayan na meron pa silang kayang gawin, na hindi imposible at bigyan natin sila ng pag-asa. Dahil yun lang po at maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. So, let's see what happens tonight. And are you ready for your question?
Yes.
I will be reading the question twice. And this is the question. Is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you? Again, is there something the world has turned a blind eye that truly bothers you?
I think that the world has turned a blind eye on the fact that we are facing mental health problem. It bothers me, and I think it should bother all of us that many of our people are suffering, dying, or committing suicide, especially during this time of pandemic. I believe that it is our time to open our eyes and find a adequate solution, provide free psychological consultation to address the problem of depression, anxiety, or suicide. And to those who are suffering from mental health, remember that it is okay to not be okay. Try to seek help from others and try to talk to someone, but never forget that you can talk to God and tell Him all of your problems. Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ginoong Santa Rosa 2022 second runner-up. The second runner-up is Ginoong 14, Barangay Dita, Cyrus Aaron Cortez.
This year's first runner-up is Ginoong 12, Richard Vincent Riñon, Pulong, Santa Cruz. Ginoong Sikhayan 2022 is you, Ginoo 8, Gion Layson Layug.
Ginoong Turismo 2022 is Ginoo 9, Barangay Labas, Christian Aninipon. And the new Ginoong Santa Rosa is Ginoo 3, Ezekiel Harvey Quesada. from Barangay San Jose.
Once again,
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Ginoong Santa Rosa 2022, Barangay Don Jose, Ezekiel Harvey Quesada.
Congratulations and hail the new king!